Hi everyone, welcome to Twin Flame Weekly, episode 7. That's my cat walking through the shot. So this week's video, as you might already be able to tell, is a little different. It's completely unplanned. I was going to do a very different topic, but with the royal wedding yesterday, today is Sunday as I'm filming this in the Lake District, it seemed like an appropriate topic to cover. Now, as you can see, I'm in a very different background. I have my cat chasing a butterfly in the background. And this is unscripted, it's unplanned. I don't have my lighting, I don't have my microphone, but hopefully you can hear the birds singing in the background and also hear me as well. So as you can tell by the title of this video, we are talking about the royal wedding. We are talking about Meghan and Harry, and are they twin flames or are they not? I'm really freaking excited about this topic. So before we get to that though, I'll introduce myself. I'm Cheryl and I'm a twin flame. I'm also a catalyst for twin flame healing and ascension. I want to start off by thanking all of you, whether you have watched these videos silently and not commented and kind of been under the radar a little bit, because I know I did that when I first started learning about twins. Whether you're doing that or whether you're really engaged and sharing and commenting and tagging friends and letting them know that there's a twin flame teacher out there that will really serve them. Whatever it is you're doing, however you're helping, however you're engaging, I want to say thank you, genuinely. I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you so much for watching and for being here and supporting this really important work. And finally, before we get on to the topic today, if you do want to dig into your particular situation, the details to work with me are down below. I've opened my calendar for 30 and 60-minute sessions. My sessions are a fusion between traditional life coaching as well as fusing that with the twin flame terminology and concept, because it is different, and most coaches, however brilliant, will not understand that. Even if they're spiritual, the twin flame experience is a very different one, and there are nuances that only twin flames will understand. So that's coaching along with twin flame guidance and teaching, and I also throw in some psychic information. I'm clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant and claircognizant, so all the 4 clairs. If I do channel any information, I will of course pass that on to you in the session, and which modality I use depends very much on what it is that you are wanting to focus on during our time together, and that's why we also have a form for you to fill out when you book the session, so we know what your background is and what it is you want help with. So, on to the topic today. Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. How good is that title, by the way? It's amazing. Incidentally, I'm up in the Lake District visiting my family this weekend, and I live in Reading, which is in Berkshire. Clearly not from there, so don't know how to pronounce it, but it's in the county of Berkshire, and Windsor is in Berkshire, I believe. So it's somewhere near Reading, and yet I am up here 250 miles north on the weekend of the royal wedding. So there's that. I've been away from it, but if you followed my Instagram stories, you'll know that I did watch the royal wedding, and I watched it while I was in the hair salon having my hair done, because I was going to cancel my appointment, and my mum said, don't cancel your appointment. Bring my laptop, we'll go to the salon together and watch the royal wedding, and you'll have your hair done at the same time. And I thought, winner. So Meghan and Harry, are they twin flames or are they not twin flames? So I'm going to let you use your own discernment on this, but I'm going to give you some information and what I have observed. And again, I don't have any speaking notes, so I'm just going to speak from the heart here. Here's what they do have. They are from very different backgrounds in so many different ways, in so many different contexts. They are from different countries, they were raised very differently, they have different professions. He served in the forces, which I think is brilliant, by the way, for our royals to do that. She is an actress, was an actress. She's a celebrity, he's a royal, similar but different. They have different levels of education, different professions, different races, different social, economic backgrounds, all of that. She's American, he's English. Very different. That is twin flames all over. We're from different backgrounds, and the reason that is for those of us who, and I want to be careful not to focus too much on union, because union is not the point of twin flames. The point is to focus on ourselves, which can be very difficult when we are very loving, caring people. We want the other person to be okay. Incidentally, that can become very codependent if we're not careful, and it often is in the twin flame dynamic. But the goal is to focus on ourselves and to focus on our own healing and what it is that we're here to do in the world, and to really step up into our power and teach on what we feel called to teach, and whether that means starting a business or taking a course or getting into fitness or learning a different skill, language, art, whatever it is for you, it means stepping into that. So it's got nothing to do with the other person, but we are talking about union today because of the royal wedding yesterday. So they have come together, and yes, they're from these different backgrounds, and the purpose of that is, admittedly, yes, this is on a huge, enormous scale, which is huge for twin flames, by the way. This is on an enormous scale, but what it does is it shows people that love has no age, nationality, colour, race, background, money. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Love is the most important thing. We saw that speech at the wedding about love, when love is the way. Was the phrase, wasn't it? When love is the way. Beautiful, beautiful message. Really, really powerful. And that's what it's all about. If you are to come into union with your twin, you're eradicating the templates that were there of what love is. You know, our world is changing. Our world is changing massively. Even people who are not spiritual or not in personal development, they are seeing that the world is different now than it was even a year ago. And that's no accident. That is a tractor going up the hill. That is legitimately a tractor. I'm in the countryside. Okay, this is where I grew up as well, so very, very rural, very, very different from where I'm living now. So, the one sign that they are twins, that Meghan and Harry are twins, is that they're from very different backgrounds, and they're showing the world that love doesn't have a background or a colour. And another element is that their love brings people together. I saw somebody who was doing some media commentary on the royal wedding, and they said that this marriage will change the world. This marriage will change the world. That's huge. And it makes me feel very emotional. I'm sure if you're feeling this, you do as well. That's what this is about. It's about coming together and changing things, breaking down old templates and bringing people together. Now, obviously, let's consider this was a royal wedding, so of course you're going to bring people together. Of course you are. Let's not discount that, but that's what twins do. We bring people together. We bring warring parties together. This is what we have been trying to do for centuries in past lifetimes. I have my glasses perched on the top of what my laptop's perched on, and my cat just swatted it off. I'm getting really distracted by my cat. I'm so sorry. So we are meant to bring people together. And that's what happened yesterday. Yes, it was a royal wedding. However, we've seen royal weddings, we've seen celebrity weddings, we've seen my cat trying to jump on top of the crate. He's going to make an appearance any minute now, I swear. We've seen royal weddings before, we've seen these big events. I have not seen or felt a reaction like this before. Now, it could be different because I'm back in England. When a lot of the royal weddings and royal babies have happened with Will and Kate, I was in Canada, so there's that. But the feeling at this ceremony was different. It was otherworldly. And I'm sure you felt that too. I was talking to people who are not spiritual, never heard of the term twin flames before, almost certainly. They're not royalists. They didn't really care about the royal wedding. And consistently they were saying over and over again things like, I felt really emotional and I didn't know why. That is twin flames, 100%. That is like textbook twin flames. We feel it. And that feeling is that clairsentience, which is one of the ways our soul speaks to us. So that's some real shit right there. It's real. So they're from different backgrounds. They have brought people together. They're breaking down the old template of what love looks like. And it felt different from anything else. It felt different from anything else. And the final point is that their energy together. Look at their energy together. If you ever have a question like, how do I know if I'm a twin or not? And I'm actually going to make that video for next week. So that will be a video, and that was meant to be this week's message, but I felt called to go in a different direction. If you ever wonder though if you are or not, look at their energy, look at Meghan and Harry's energy together, look at their eyes, look at their expressions, look at their facial features. Despite the fact that they are from very different places and backgrounds, they have a similar look. And this is what's a little freaky about twins. They're from different places and still manage to look kind of the same. There's a similar look. Obviously, twin flames are very difficult to identical twins, so we don't need to look like them, but we do. It's a really strange phenomenon. Look at their eyes, look at their energy, look at the way they're interacting, and don't think about it. Really feel into it, feel. The way you can do it is to picture your heart expanding and just imagine your heart expanding, and you'll feel an expansion in your chest, and that's when you know you're in your heart and not your head, and your thoughts get very, very quiet and you feel. So that's how you step into that feeling, and that is opening your heart chakra. That's what that is. So feel. When you see them together, whether it's footage or an interview or just even images, feel into that, really feel that expansion and feel that energy. There's no other way to explain that other than to say feel, and you will feel different than looking at a couple that's not a twin flame. Even close soulmates don't feel like that. There's an otherworldly feeling. There's a strength. There's a divinity. There's something you can't quite put into words, and that's because it is very difficult to put the twin flame phenomenon into words. And what is so phenomenal is that there are these two people that have had now 2 billion people across the world witness their union. Now, if you're a twin and that doesn't move you, you probably have a blockage in your heart chakra, so there's that. But that's moving. Another message I got from Spirit was that there are going to be a lot of divine masculines watching this. I'm going to get really emotional talking about this. This is so beautiful and so divinely orchestrated. There are going to be so many divine masculines who watch that ceremony because it's everywhere. It's on social media, it's in the news, it's on TV, it's everywhere, and they're going to watch that and recognize themselves in the two of them, because twins recognize one another. So they're going to recognize that and say, holy shit, that's my feminine. They'll look at her and say, that's my feminine. They'll look at him and say, that's me. They might not be using those words and it might not be conscious, but they'll feel that. We all felt it. And that's going to trigger a lot of unions. So that's the message I got from Spirit yesterday, which is so beautiful and so profound. But the key is to not focus on union. Ironically, when you're trying to manifest something, there's this holding on loosely that happens, and what we tend to do is try and strangle it when we're trying to manifest anything, whether that is abundance or an opportunity or a book deal or union or whatever it might be. We have this tendency to try and strangle things, so hold on loosely, picture it coming in, chill out, and don't strangle it. So they are the commonalities. To me, that says they are textbook twin flames, but I'll let you use your own discernment on that. They are going to do really amazing things in the world, and I'm really, really excited to bear witness to that. We all are. What a time to be alive, as the internet would say. So that's all for this week. I hope that message really served you and was timely and impactful. It certainly felt like it moved through me to you, so I really do hope that was enlightening in some way. If you are looking for a community of twins, because the twin flame phenomenon, while it has been obviously covered by millions of outlets and been seen and witnessed by billions of people over the weekend, it is still something that's not really talked about in the mainstream. Certainly the terminology is not being used, and so if you want a community who really get this and really understand this, then I do have a Facebook group called Infinite Love, and I'll pop the links down below if you want to join that. I'll also put the links below for working with me. I just have a few sessions left before I head off on a retreat to Greece on May 27th, and I'm gone for about 10 days, which means I'm closing down my practice for 2 weeks. So if you do want to get in before then, I would really encourage you to book those sessions. And I've opened up my calendar quite a bit this week to cover that. So the sessions on Wednesday and Thursday, which you can book. And if you don't see a space there, message me and I'll see what I can do and fit you in before I go away. That's all for now. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing start to your week. I'm filming this on Sunday, so it's technically the weekend here, but you'll see this on Monday when it's published. And I'm sending you all absolutely infinite love. Bye for now.